Good morning, students. Hope everyone is fine. In today's video, we will go to two major definition of economics given by the major economist, that is Mr. Adam Smith, who is also known as the father of economics, and second definition will be through your Alfred Marshall. We can group various definition of economics under many heads, but the two heads which we are going to study is your wealth definition and welfare definition. Okay, so let's start with the wealth definition, which is given by your Adam Smith, who is also known as the father of economics. According to Adam Smith, economics is a science which inquires into nation and causes of wealth of nation. It emphasizes more on your production, growth, and distribution of wealth as the subject matter of your economics. इनकी जो बेटा डेफिनेशन है वो पूरी आपका अराउंड अबाउट सेंटर में जो आता है उसके आता है आपका वेल्थ. ठीक, इनकी पूरी डेफिनेशन सिर्फ वेल्थ के इर्द गिर्द घूमती है. ये कॉजेज ऑफ वेल्थ, हाउ कैन यू अक्यूमुलेट वेल्थ, हाउ कैन यू इंक्रीज योर वेल्थ, ये सारी चीज़ें इनकी वेल्थ डेफिनेशन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स में बताई गई हैं. द मेन फीचर्स ऑफ वेल्थ डेफिनेशन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स आर, फर्स्ट इज योर स्टडी ऑफ वेल्थ. अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस डेफिनेशन आपका जो मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स है वो है हाउ द पीपल अर्न वेल्थ एंड दे स्पेंड इट. Wealth has been the focal point around which the economic move according to his definition. The second point is the causes of wealth. Causes include two things, that is production and accumulation. One should know how to increase their wealth through production and accumulation. Accumulation means your capital formation. Third point is your economic man. When we are talking about the economic man, we know that a person knows where his self-interest lie. He is aware of his self-interest. Here we main focus on the thing that how increasing his material gain through acquisition of wealth, how can he increase his self-interest, how can he increase his satisfaction through acquisition of wealth. Okay, so there are many criticism against this Adam Smith definition. We'll go through them one by one. Okay, so the first criticism of this definition is too much emphasis on materialism. Here materialism का मतलब यहाँ पे होता है वेल्थ से रिलेटेड जितनी भी चीज़ें आती हैं यहाँ पे सारा एम्फोसिस उनको मिलता है. इन हिज डेफिनेशन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स ही हैज़ डिफाइंड साइंस ऑफ wealth. Classical economics have ignored the higher value of life such as happiness, love, affection. Okay, so in this definition इन्होंने सारे जो सेंटर या फोकल पॉइंट किया है वो वेल्थ के ऊपर किया है, लेकिन वेल्थ के अलावा जो इतने इनके नॉन इकोनॉमिक लाइक से एक्टिविटीज़ होती हैं लाइक योर हैप्पीनेस, लव, अफेक्शन, इन्होंने इन सारी हायर वैल्यूज़ को इग्नोर कर दिया अपनी डेफिनेशन में. सेकेंड पॉइंट इज नैरो व्यू ऑफ वेल्थ. अंडर हिज डेफिनेशन ही हैज़ रिस्ट्रिक्टेड द सेंस अप टू ओनली वेल्थ. He has given emphasis on material or tangible good, whereas in his definition he has excluded all the non-material goods and services such as your education department, your health department, your different type of services that you'd avail. Okay, so in his definition he has ignored each and everything. The third point is secondary place to a man. In his definition, he has given primary place to your wealth, and man is being on the second position in his definition. Okay, he has given undue emphasis on wealth. His main ultimate objective of in his definition, the ultimate objective of economics is to promote human and social welfare, and wealth is not only the means to achieve his ends. Yani ki according to this thing, secondary place has been given to the man, and then social, human, एवरी टाइप ऑफ सोशल वेलफेयर सब कुछ यहाँ पे इग्नोर करा गया है. यहाँ पे सिर्फ वेल्थ के इर्द गिर्द इनकी पूरी डेफिनेशन राउंड अबाउट करी है. फोर्थ पॉइंट इज इट इग्नोर्स द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ स्कार्सिटी. द definition of wealth ignores the basic cause of economic activity, that is your scarcity. Scarcity यानी कि किसी चीज़ की कमी होती है. When our wants are unlimited, the resources to satisfy those wants are limited, then the problem of scarcity arises. Okay, so this was the wealth definition given by Adam Smith. उसके major features and criticism. ठीक है. आंसर में अगर आपका आता है, अगर एक बोर्ड के एग्जाम में आपके आंसर आते हैं, तो इन ऑर्डर टू मेक द थिंग इम्प्रेसिव यू हैव टू राइट फर्स्ट योर डेफिनेशन, एंड देन यू विल राइट विट्स मेजर फीचर्स, एंड देन यू विल मूव ऑन टू द क्रिटिसिज्म. आंसर हमेशा पॉइंट्स में लिखे जाएंगे. Okay, so now let's come towards the another economist, that is Mr. Alfred Marshall, who has given the welfare definition. According to this definition, he has made some fundamental changes in the Adam Smith definition. इन्होंने कहा वेल्थ ज़रूरी तो है, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ ही हैज़ गिवन सम प्लेस टू मैन इन द सोसाइटी. उन्होंने कहा कि मैन की नीड्स, उसकी वॉन्ट्स भी एक बहुत ही ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट पोजिशन होल्ड करता है हमारी सोसाइटी में. According to his definition, he examined that part of the individual and the social actions which is most closely connected with the attainment and the use of material requisite of well-being. In his definition, he has given emphasis both on the study of wealth as well as the study of man. So we will go through the basic features of Marshall definition. That is, the first point is your study of mankind. In his definition, he has told that man hold a important position in the society. Wealth only provides a mean for his existence, comfort and enjoyment in life, but it comes to the secondary place. But the more important emphasis, that is the central place, is given to the man and his welfare. Wealth is only a means by which he can fulfill all his wants. Second thing is the study of ordinary business. An individual have several aspects of life, like your economic, social, religious, political. But Alfred Marshall has only given emphasis on the economic aspect of life, whereas he has ignored all the social, religious and political aspect. He has focused, इनका जो main focus था वो किस पे था? Income earn करने पे और income spend करने पे. So the main focus was on income earning and income spending activities. The third point is the study of material welfare. How can this material welfare, according to him, economics is considered with the total human welfare, but it is concerned with the material welfare only. That is the part of human welfare which is related to the wealth. Only that thing is given emphasis, most clearly connected with the attainment and the use of material requisite of the well-being. Okay, so the fourth point here is emphasis on requisite of well-being. He has given more emphasis, like material things like food, clothes, shelter are very important economic objects. Fifth point is exclusion of non-economic activity. In his definition, he has also exclude all the activities which do not incur money. Okay, so there are many criticism based on this definition. First is we'll discuss about the 5 criticism which are based on Alfred Marshall definition. First is your economics being regarded as a social science, whereas प्रॉब्लम क्या आती है, हम सोशल साइंस नहीं देखते हैं, हम एज अ ह्यूमन साइंस इसको देखना पसंद करते हैं. सोशल साइंस में क्या होता है, हम लोग सिर्फ उन लोगों की बात करते हैं जो यहाँ पे सोसाइटी में एसोसिएटेड या सोसाइटी से रिलेटेड या सोसाइटी में इंडल्ज रहते हैं. वेयर एज हम ह्यूमन साइंस को भूल जाते हैं. ह्यूमन, देयर आर मेनी पीपल हु लिव इन आइसोलेशन, Like I can give you the example of the Himalayan saint or Robinson Crusoe etc. दे यूज टू लिव इन आइसोलेशन, वो अकेले रहते थे, सोसाइटी से दूर रहते थे. तो इकोनॉमिक्स ऐसे लोगों के, इनकी डेफिनेशन के हिसाब से इकोनॉमिक्स ऐसे लोगों के आसपास नहीं आती है. इट ओनली फोकसेस ऑन द सोशल साइंस विच इज रॉन्ग. सेकेंड इज इम्प्रैक्टिकल क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ एक्टिविटीज. इन्होंने जो एक्टिविटीज क्लासीफाई करी हैं बिटवीन इकोनॉमिक एंड नॉन इकोनॉमिक, वो बहुत ही अनसाइंटिफिक, इलॉजिकल और इलस्ट्री है. तो यहाँ पे किसी भी टाइप का लॉजिकल डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं हुआ है आपका इकोनॉमिक और नॉन इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज के बीच में. द थर्ड पॉइंट इज ओनली मटीरियलिस्टिक एस्पेक्ट. In his definition, only materialistic aspect is included, that is, the services of doctors, lawyers, teachers, postmaster and any other services are excluded from his definition. ये अपने definition में ये सारी चीज़ों को include नहीं करेंगे. Fourth is your restricted scope of economics. In his definition, इन्होंने बताया कि जो economics का scope है वो बहुत ही restricted है. ठीक, कैसे रिस्ट्रिक्टेड है? यहाँ पे हम लोग क्या करते हैं बेटे, लिकर, सिगरेट और गन, ये हमें मालूम है कि ये इकोनॉमिक वेलफेयर में नहीं आता है, बट देन टू वी स्टडी अबाउट दिस थिंग. यहाँ पे किसी भी टाइप का वेलफेयर नहीं होता है, लेकिन यहाँ पे ये पढ़ा जाता है. देखिए, ड्यूरिंग लॉकडाउन वाई द लिकर शॉप इज ओनली ओपन टिल like 7 o'clock or till 8 o'clock in the evening, just because the economy GDP is rising due to the sale of your liquor, cigarette, although they all are injurious to the health, but then to the government is opening the shop so that they can improve their GDP. Fifth point is vague concept of material welfare. देखिए, मटीरियल वेलफेयर यहाँ पे जो बताया गया वो आपका क्वांटिटेटिवली मेजर करके बताया गया, वेयर एज इट इज अ सब्जेक्टिव टर्म. इट डिफर्स टू पर्सन, टाइम टू टाइम एंड इंडिविजुअल टू इंडिविजुअल. ये सबका खुद का अपना होता है. इट इज नॉट एन ऑब्जेक्टिव थिंग which can be measured. So these were the two definitions of economic, that is of Adam Smith and Alfred Marshall. Hope things are clear to everyone. Those who have doubt, they may ask me in the online class or they can comment on the comment section. Thank you everyone.